Yeah, whenever the data is inserted into MongoDB, right? So there is one extractor running every time, so that will poll the MongoDB and gets all the database, gets the data from the database and push it to the Kafka topic. Okay. uh, and there is and there is search loader running, so that this is a subscriber for that topic, and it will get all the messages from that Kafka topic, and it will enrich some of the information, like let's say, for any candidate, all the sensitive information will be available in the workday. So we will be calling that workday services and gets that sensitive information and enrich that object, and will be storing it in the Elasticsearch. So because our application is a search heavy application, so Elasticsearch is faster compared to search, right? So that's why we are syncing the data from MongoDB to Elasticsearch. And there is one more activity loader. So this is also the subscriber for the same topic. So what this will do is, it will consume the messages and it will insert into the audit collection, and also it will check with the previous object and gets the what are the values it has changed from previous object to this current object, and with that values, it will create one activity types, and that activity types will be logged into the activity log collection. So this will be displayed in the UI activity log collection. So what are all the activities?
So work is mainly on the Spring Boot area, right?
Yeah.
That is where you are doing that work. Any experience on the front end side?
No, actually I'm a back-end developer only. Yeah.
Okay. So Spring Boot, I mean, why it is so popular? I mean, what do you understand about Spring Boot, and before Spring Boot, what are the challenges that Spring Boot has solved?
So first is configuration. So earlier Spring MVC there, so there are a lot of configuration required from XML perspective. Okay, and also auto configuration classes are implemented in the Spring Boot, and it is also opinionated framework. So based on the dependencies in the class path, so it will automatically enable some of the auto configuration classes. And also it comes with the actuator framework, and also
what is that framework?
Actuator so if you wanted to check health and metrics for an application, right? So it provides some endpoints to check that all the health.
Have you ever what data actuator provides?
What are all the beans it has, and health metrics, uptime and everything it will show.
Does it show any memory and thread information?
It will show memory information, heap memory and all those things. Yes.
So let's say one application and running, right? To check the health, what all aspects you will really see inside an application?
Basically, we will check the memory, because Java uses memory, heap memory, and that we will check. And what are all the beans in that application created, all the beans, and also how much time it is how much time it is standby mode.
So have you ever used any tool to see it graphically on the screen, right, how the application is running?
No, actually we were using Splunk actually. Splunk, there is a log, it will store all the logging, right? So basically we will check whether if something goes wrong in the QE environment or UAT environment. So we will be having the indexes for Splunk, and based on that we will check. So whether it is application is going through all the logs, all the flow is working fine.
Applications are deployed, those are in any containers or in VMs?
Sorry,
where you deployed all this application, inside some virtual memory or virtual machine, or some containers are there?
Actually.
Okay. Can you explain your whole application deployment process, development to deployment, on a high level? This is your CI/CD process right now.
Sorry.
what is your CI/CD process
Okay.
right now?
Yeah. So basically, we were using Git for version control system. Okay. So so whenever the any commits are done right on the repository, so automatically so in the Jenkins we have configured job. So whenever there is any commit, it will automatically take that repo, and it will take that pom.xml, and it will run all the maven clean install. The job Jenkins job will be executes that job, so that the build will be prepared, and we can check the build errors or anything in the build console. After that, actually, so there is a DevOps team is separate. DevOps team is there, so they will be configuring all the pipelines for deployment, and we were using Spinnaker for deployment. Okay, so they will configure all the pipelines, and we will be deploying. So let's say there is one build, we have latest build. If we wanted to deploy it to QA or UAT, so we will select that pipeline, and we will just run that. So it will automatically
Do you
get
do
deployed.
any sort of unit testing and code review?
Yeah. We will write unit test cases. Yeah.
What tool you use for unit testing?
JUnit we are using.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for code review?
Sorry.
For code review.
For code review, Sonar Cube. Sonar Cube is there. Yeah. That will
What
check for all.
IDE you use for your development?
Spring Toolsuite we are using, and some of the developers use IntelliJ also. Yeah.
But are you adding any plugin for Sonar Cube or anything in your Spring tool?
Yeah. In STS we have the plugin for Sonar Cube, right? Yeah, that we will add. So it will check all the violations when and compile, and we will get the violations. So we will soon fix it and raise the PR.
Is there any performance test on your code happens?
Performance.
I know
test.
Apple surely will be doing it, performance test for your APIs and so.
That will be QA team will be doing that. So they have some tools for that performance, but I'm not aware of that.
So let's say your application is having some memory issue. How we will debug it?
Yeah. So if there is a memory issue, so basically we will get out of memory exception or something. Yes. So there will be, we can use profilers, Java profilers, to check what are all the objects and threads are running. And
Okay.
and we can increase. If at all, if there is any need, we can increase the heap memory. If it is very low, then we can increase the heap memory kind of thing. Yeah.
What is the heap memory currently you are using?
Sorry.
How you know how much heap memory you need to allocate? How you come to that conclusion? Do you have a default, like by default I will use this, and then if required I'll add something?
Actually, I'm not aware. So that all things DevOps team will configure that in the cloud.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you know how they run those Spring Boot applications inside those containers.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you just told out of memory exceptions, right? Is out of memory exception a checked exception or unchecked exception?
That is error, actually, out of memory error. That will not come under the exception hierarchy. That is a error. So we cannot handle the errors, actually. So in our code, because there might be some best practices to avoid those errors, but we don't have control over those errors.
So what do we handle? We handle exceptions, right?
Yeah, checked. Yeah, unchecked. We can handle checked and unchecked exceptions. Yeah. Runtime
Okay.
exception.
Can you give some example of checked and unchecked exception?
Let's say checked exception, class not found exception. So
Last one, checked exception.
sorry, SQL exception in JDBC, SQL exception, that is checked exception. And runtime exception, null pointer exception, arithmetic exception, index out of bounds exception, string index out of bounds
What is
exception.
index out of bound exception? When do we get it? Index out of bound exception?
Let's say there is some array, and we have let's say size of 5, and if you wanted to access the sixth element, we will get the index out of bounds exception.
Okay. So In Java, right? You are familiar with Java 1.8, right?
Yeah, yes.
So what are the new features there in Java 1.8?
Yeah, so we have functional interfaces introduced for enabling the functional programming, and also to implement those functional interfaces they have introduced lambda expressions concept. And if you wanted to iterate a collection as a group, then they have introduced streams concept, and they have provided some methods like filter, map,
This functional interfaces?
functional interface means it will have only one abstract method. Yeah, and we can implement that using.
Again implement another interface.
Yeah, we can. Yes, but it should have, in the hierarchy it should have only single abstract method. Let's say there is a interface and it doesn't have any methods, and let's say b interface is extending from the a interface, and we have some method in the b interface, then that can be functional interface. Let's say if we have one more method in the a interface, then it will have two methods, right? B will be like inheriting that method also, it will be two methods, so it will not be valid to say that it is a functional interface. It will not be valid.
Should I use another implement? Should I ever use it?
Sorry?
Should I ever use one interface implementing another? One functional interface implementing another interface. Because you need to have the same method, right? You cannot have another method. So I'll not use it. Okay. In Spring, in a Spring application, right? We give @component scan. Do you know what is the use of that?
Yeah. So @component scan will scan through all the subpackages. Subpackages, and creates all the beans. And stores in the container. Yeah, Spring container. Yeah.
Have you ever connected to any database?
Yeah.
How you do that? Are you using any JPA?
Yeah, we are using Spring Boot Data JPA starter. Yeah.
How you are creating those entities?
Yeah, we will be creating the pages, and we will annotate it with entity, and if there is any primary key, then we will annotate it with @ID. Yes, and also we can use some of the tools. There is in STS we have this plugin that will automatically connect to the. If we give the DB details, yeah, it will automatically connect.
Usually, when we do a database operation, in a normal situation, we do try, catch, and finally. So, what we really do in the finally block?
Finally block will be executed at any cost. So if there
specific database operation I told you, right? For a database operation I am using this.
Yeah.
So what all things you are going to do in the finally?
Yeah, we can close the connection, and we can close the statement, prepare statement, all these things.
What will be the sequence? Should I close the connection first, then prepare statement, or prepare statement first and then connection?
First we need to close the prepare statement and then close the connection.
Okay. So in Java, you know that keyword final. Do you know what is the use of that?
Yeah, final class we can apply to class, and also we can apply to variable, and we can apply to method as well. Yeah, so if it is applied to class, right, we cannot we cannot create any child class for that. And if we are applying it to variable, right, so then that will be final variable. We cannot modify once it is initialized. And final method means we cannot override that method in the child class.
In an interface, right? You are just giving, let's say, one variable like string value, something like that. What all other keywords are automatically gets added?
Yeah, so all the methods and variables declared in the interface, right? Those are all public and abstract. And if it and for
I'm talking about variable. Are they
Yeah, it
public
will
and
be-
abstract? Abstract variable cannot be
okay,
there.
public and final variable, that will be, it will apply public and final. Yeah.
There is something are you missing?
Static as well.
What is really static?
Static means only one copy of that object will be available in the JVM. I mean, so for all the objects, the same value will be reflected.
Where do we keep static objects inside JVM? Any specific place you know?
Static.
Do you know what are the components of JVM? High level?
JVM, I mean, we'll have heap memory and stack, method area, we have heap area, and it will have string constant pool area. Yeah.
Okay. In Java, right, there is a keyword called synchronized. What is the use of that?
Synchronized, I mean, so only let's say if we have multi-threaded application, right, only one thread will be, only one thread can execute at any point of time. Only one thread can execute that block or that method, synchronized method or synchronized block. So other threads has to wait until it gets the object of that lock of that object.
So there are some Java collections. So two collections are like HashMap and HashTable.
Yes.
Do you know the difference between these?
Yeah. So hash table is a legacy collection and it is synchronized, and hash map is HashMap is not synchronized. These both will store as a key and value pair, and hash table allows null key, one null key. Whereas HashMap doesn't allow any null key.
So let's say I have a code. I have some HashMap. I thought I'll make them thread safe, so I just replace them with HashTable. Do you see any negative impact due to that?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I this HashMap with HashTable. Will there be any negative impact?
So there will be performance reduction because if it is a thread safe, right, so it has to handle all that multi-threading logic, right, so there will be some performance reduced.
Okay. In your Spring Boot application, right, I mean, you know how to run it in using a command prompt?
Spring Boot application. Java -jar and we can mention the port as well. Server.port.
Okay. You can memory also.
Sorry.
You can mention the memory also there.
If
you want.
Those. Yes.
Inside the Spring Boot application, right, you need to have a main method, right? Do you know what exact code we write inside that main method?
Spring Boot application main method. Spring application .run method we will call.
Okay. Good. Okay, I am good with you. Is there anything you want to ask me?
No, I'm clear.
Okay, thank you very much for your time.